what was like the first deal you did, which kind of put you in the big leagues and like kind of got your mindset saying, okay, I don't have to do small, I can do these bigger deals, and walk us through that process.
Yeah, I think, bigger, quote unquote, it was 38 units in Albuquerque, and it was the first time I actually brought in investors or partners, if you will, because the other deals I'd done by myself. But it was actually interesting to see that I had enough influence with some friends and family and said, hey, do you guys want to do a joint ventureship here on this deal? And they're like, yeah, we want to invest, we just don't know how to do it. If you can help us, that's awesome. And that flipped the switch. I was like, well, people actually want to do this and they want to, partner with me. So that was the trigger. I was like, wow, I can do this now. Yeah, I mean, it was small amount of money, but it actually gave me the confidence to like, let's try something bigger, right? And then I was able to partner with some people and do, 200 plus units next, right?
Welcome to the Investor Financing Podcast, where we interview real estate investors and lenders so you can learn all the secrets to getting your projects funded and scale your portfolio. And now, your host, Bo Eckstein.
Bo, how are you, brother? How is everything?
Doing well. It's good. Nice and hot here in Las Vegas. Should be about 107 degrees today, so getting ready for that.
We got a great guest speaker today. Jens Nielsen is in the house. Hi, Jens. How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm super excited to be here today.
Oh, thank you. Same here too. Jens, I would like to introduce Jens. He immigrated from Denmark in 1996, and after a successful career in the IT industry, Jens followed his passion for real estate. And you're also general partner, direct owner of 1,100 apartment units. Congratulations. That's so nice. Worth about $100 million. Very nice. As a certified high performance coach, Jens has coached over 50 clients to higher levels of success in their business and personal lives. So hopefully we're going to have some great nuggets from Jens. Welcome, Jens. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. I'm hailing here from Santa Fe, New Mexico. So super fun.
Oh, you are.
This call, yeah.
You're also a successful certified coaching, a trainer, and also you love tertiary markets. So we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. So, actually this summer it is 25 years since I came here. So I've lived half of my life in the US, actually. I'll be 50 this year. So it's half of my life, right?
Awesome.
Moved around a bit, started on the East Coast and then went to the Southwest. It's been in New Mexico and Colorado the last 15 years. And as you mentioned in the intro, I was an IT guy, right? I thought that I was going to stay in IT the rest of my life, but I realized I didn't have a meaningful way of increasing my income or my net worth through work. I mean, you can't, maybe you can save and invest, but you don't have a meaningful way to really create something beyond that. And I was always working for somebody else. So 5 years ago, and I was searching for the new thing, something else to do, I came across real estate. Like, man, this is the answer, right? And I decided to start looking into what real estate meant and started investing small, just some smaller deals in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Started there, and then quickly I was like, man, this is so exciting, and I got really just bit by that bug of real estate investing, and I had to grow, scale and grow bigger. And started partnering with people and started doing some syndications, and eventually, after build that portfolio over the last 5 years through partnerships and my own money and everything else, right? So it's been a super exciting journey for sure on the investing side. So that's kind of where I am. I was able to retire earlier this year, quote unquote, right? So that's
awesome. No, that's fantastic. And are you predominantly in multifamily or some other commercial real estate side, or which direction?
Now it's all multifamily. We did have a small mobile home park, me and a partner, a few years ago that we ended up selling, but now it's all multifamily, anywhere from smaller to 200 plus units. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. So what tertiary markets? Share with us. I know you are really big on those, and you've done well in it.
Yeah, so we started in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but seemed to be passed by when people go from California, they land in Texas or they go to Phoenix, right? And Albuquerque is kind of in the middle there. I know it's getting more interest now. So we have a small portfolio there. But then I connected with some people in kind of the upper Midwest, so Western Pennsylvania and upper part of Ohio. So we have some stuff in a small town of Erie, Pennsylvania, and then in Cleveland, Ohio. Those are the other two markets that we are focused on right now.
Sure.
And the reason why we do it is I have a partner who lives up there, has been there for 20 years and has a property management company and great broker relationships. So that's why it actually makes sense for us to invest in, because we have local knowledge. We have that on the grounds. Exactly.
So true. So true. Bo buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'm curious. When you say high performance coach, is that Brendan Burchard? Is that your mentor?
Oh, you are.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm
Okay,
certified through the Brendan Burchard program. I started working with my own coach a few years ago, and I got so inspired by just the personal growth that I wanted to, basically go down that route and do it myself. So I got certified, and I've been working.
Yes.
I've been working with a lot of clients. I actually see some of them on the chat here today. So that has been such a blessing to be able to help people move forward in their lives.
Awesome.
That's something I'm super passionate about too.
Fabulous. I know we have a good friend from GoBundance, and Bo's very good friend of mine, Mario Masamoto, who also went through, the certification. How long does it take and all? Is it like online course, or do you meet, or how?
Yeah, so the course itself, you probably should, if you want to get certified, you should probably work with your own coach first to understand what it's all about, right?
Sure.
So, do your first 3 to 6 months with your own coach to understand. And then you basically, you sign up to get trained. And it used to be in person, then they switched to online, and they may be going back to in person. But it's really like a week of very intensive training. So you spend a whole week just immersed in it, right? And then you kind of get the opportunity to go out there and start doing the work, right? And continue to study. And there's monthly meetings where we, take, kind of grow our skills and so forth, right? And then every year we have to get recertified, right? So it's a process like that.
Yeah, take us through. Let's see if somebody who's just struggling, right? So where would you start, and how long do you have to meet with them to really see some movement in their results and things like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is always lack of clarity. People don't know what they want to do, so they're kind of just trying this, that, and the other, and nothing really sticks, right? So we spend a lot of time initially getting clear on what that person wants. Is it financial freedom? Is it better relationship with their families, better performance at work, whatever it is, right? And we spend a lot of time on that, because once people get clear about what they want to do, they tend to move towards it much more purposefully and with greater energy and greater courage and productivity. So we spend time on that, right? And typically, if we go through the program, the first round is 12 sessions, so it takes you from, and then there is additional after that, we go into more. We actually go deeper and so forth, right? So there's, you can go as far as you want, really, because you can always learn more and grow and so forth, right? So
awesome. I don't know if you want to share, the cost or anything. I know audience might be thinking, oh my gosh, how much does it cost? Is it too cost prohibitive, or would I get my ROI? If you want to share anything in that regard.
I don't really, I prefer to go I prefer not to throw out numbers there, because it doesn't mean anything unless you really have seen it. So the process is really getting on a strategy call and see, we work together and we figure out how can I help that person, right? Yeah. Because sometimes I will make a hybrid program where I say, well, I'm going to take you through the high performance coaching. Sure. And then I will also, do some real estate side. You want to learn how to syndicate, we'll do some sessions on that. So I customize it for every client, Really nice. But the thing is, yes, there's of course a financial commitment to it, but if you can improve your life, that is worth a lot of money, right? I had a client that came back to me this week, 2 weeks ago. He was struggling with his family and his kids, and just everything was just overwhelming. And through a few simple strategies, he came back this week, and he was like, his energy was so different. He was so happy. He had improved his relationship with his family just from a few techniques that he had picked up. And so it just changes, right? And that's priceless if you ask me, right?
Totally.
Is that what you really? I mean, because 5 years in real estate to accumulate 1,100 units is pretty good, right? I mean, that's a pretty fast pace. And I'm assuming that when you were getting coached, that's really kind of took you to the next level and motivated you to become a coach. Is that kind of the story behind that?
Yeah, I started out without the clarity of where I wanted to go, right? So I just thought, let me buy a few properties here and see where that goes. Then after I started, getting clear on where I wanted to go, what does real estate investing mean to me? And it means being surrounded with people that are cool to hang out with, that dreams big, that want to do something good for their communities, for their families, for their tenants. And once I started connecting with the right people, it just started to kind of grow and take off that way, right? So now it's like, it just seems like there is some sort of natural momentum that helps us do more deals and so forth, right? And really the coaching I would not have been anywhere close to where I am now had I not worked with my own coach. And I continue to work with him because I continue to grow.
So true. I think that accountability is so important because many times we feel like, yeah, I can learn this and that, and I can hold myself accountable and move the needle, I call it, right? I mean, the success I've had, whatever little bit, is because of the coaching. I got done 15 years back, which really paved the way because a lot of fear comes into play. When you're buying millions of dollars of real estate and everything, and you do need that anchor and a coach who can kind of share with you, hey, yeah, this is the right thing, this area is good, or have you raised the money, all those things, right? All the facets of.
You're listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. We'll be right back after this break.
Are you in the market for a commercial loan? Did you find the perfect opportunity but need funding? Have a special situation? At Find the Bank, you will get quotes with competitive rates and terms from multiple lenders without any hassles. Have a multifamily property, construction project, owner-user property, industrial, mixed use, hotel? At Find the Bank, you can get nearly any kind of commercial financing. The process is simple. Once you send us some information about you and your property, we send back a quote sheet. Then we quickly connect you with an advisor. You won't spend hours calling multiple banks trying to find the right person to talk to. We'll connect you fast to the right person, hassle-free. Better terms than you could get on your own. Go to findthebank.com and complete the form. An advisor will be connected with you within minutes to discuss your specific financing needs.
We heard that you had a bad accident. Tell us more about it and how did you come out of it?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So I've been a bicycle racer for 20 plus years as well. And that was always my escape when I felt like I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, quote unquote. I would just go and ride my bike because it distracted me, and it kind of was that it brought my focus. It kind of brought my focus in, but I also realized it was an escape from really pursuing other avenues in my life. But I kept doing it. I started investing in real estate, but I kept racing my bike and everything. And then 3 years ago, I had this crash in a bicycle race, mountain bike race in Colorado, and I ended up in a hospital with I kind of crushed my kidney essentially because I fell the way I crashed. And I had internal bleeding, and all this, it was crazy. And I was in the ICU for like 5 days or 6 days, I think it was. And I remember my wife, I was able to call my wife and said, hey, I'm in the hospital. And she came up there and she took a picture of me lying in that bed with, tubes and electrodes and everything else. And I was like, that was a reminder to me that, I was in my mid 40s. What am I doing pursuing that when I could, when I should focus on stuff that can, that's not just about me, that's about the community, that's about people, growing people. So it was a wake up call, because had I really mattered? Had I really been important enough in my life to other people? So that really changed my mindset. Luckily I recovered. I'm it all healed up. I didn't need a surgery or anything like that. I still ride my bike, but not nearly at the same level, right? So it was just a wake up call for me, really.
Yeah.
What's Denmark known for? Is it like the happiest people on earth?
There was something. I know.
Is that what it was? That the people in Denmark are like they were ranked like the happiest people.
That's right. I think on various surveys that's been ranked as the happiest people in the world. And I think it's funny. And I was like, is that true? But I think what one of the reasons is that the social safety net is so good there that people are not anxious about if they're going to have a roof over their head and they're going to be able to buy the next meal. So that creates a base level of security that probably makes people just more happy and secure and comfortable in their lives. I think that's where it comes from.
Wow. But it's been staying there. Like Denmark has been at the top. I wonder why some other countries cannot come.
Well, I mean, I think it comes down to that. I mean, most stress in people's life, if you ask them what their stress is, it's financial, right? So if you live in a society where everything is, you have a relative, I mean, a lot of the people we hang out with are like the 1% exceptions that are doing really well and making lots of money. And not everybody makes millions of dollars a year. Not everybody owns 1,000 units. Not everybody owns a house, right? There's a lot of people out there that are struggling, that are, they have to pay their bills. They live paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's not the lifestyle. And that's kind of, why we do this show, is to interview people that have success. And it's never easy for most people, but there's great stories of, I mean, Vinny came from India with $7 in his pocket. I think he had a little bit more money, but the point is that people, I think we always talk about mindset, and that's kind of the key. I mean, it sounds like you were pretty successful in your IT business and you had some capital when you started. What really triggered, what was like the first deal you did, which kind of put you in the big leagues and like kind of got your mindset saying, okay, I don't have to do small, I can do these bigger deals, and walk us through that process.
Yeah, I think, bigger, quote unquote, it was 38 units in Albuquerque. And it was the first time I actually brought in investors or partners, if you will, because the other deals I'd done by myself. Sure. But it was actually interesting to see that I had enough influence with some friends and family and said, hey, do you guys want to do a joint ventureship here on this deal? And they're like, yeah, we want to invest. We just don't know how to do it. If you can help us, that's awesome. And that flipped the switch. I was like, wow, people actually want to do this and they want to, partner with me. So that was the trigger. I was like, wow, I can do this now. Yeah. I mean, it was a small amount of money, but it actually gave me the confidence to let's try something bigger. Right. And then I was able to partner with some people and do, 200 plus units next. Right. So that was, but just that, hey, people actually want to invest in real estate. And I didn't really know that was possible until I did it the first time. Right.
Yeah, that's always, you got to get these wins, right? And that's like, you have to celebrate the wins too. And then it kind of prompts you to get more wins. Right. And I think that's really what gets the ball rolling is you have to go out and to start. And so where do you see, Jens, like right now we're in a kind of a weird, crazy place in the real estate cycle. Like what are you looking at now versus what were you looking at 4 years ago? What's your mindset going forward on investing in the next year or two?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at some deals where we're trying to get into them using maybe some bridge debt because we see there's a lot of upside. So, we're taking more risk on the front end by getting into some shorter term debt with the expectation of, being able to turn them and raise the rents and refinancing out of that, right? I mean, I know there's a riskier strategy, but also I don't feel like sitting on the sidelines is going to serve anybody, right? Because, then you just tend to lose out if you do that. So that's what we're looking at, bridge debt with some good upside. We're buying another portfolio in Cleveland. We already know the market. We know what the rents we can get to. And so we know that, if we put some capital into, we can actually, make this a good investment. So that's what we're looking at now. And we take it slow. We just do 4 or 5 deals a year. And and just make sure that every deal makes sense, right? And some may be, in the 40, 50 units, or some in, the hundreds, whatever. So that's where we're at, right? And we just move it at a pace that we feel comfortable with, the right partners and the right investors.
Awesome. So when you say raising money, so syndication, how many deals have you done syndication for?
I think we're up to about 7 right now.
Seven syndications.
Yeah. Anywhere from 24 units to 237
Oh,
units.
good.
I think.
Good. I was going to say, what could you share with the audience about the high performance? So do you come across, as you speak with the clients, clarity you mentioned, right? Clarity is so true. If we are not clear about the goals, it's like, you are going in a bowling alley and you have the pins, but you know where it is, right? You can do it. But in the goals, you got to have written down goals. I mean, many times we have them in our head and, it's like shooting and then you don't have feedback. So give us maybe some gold nuggets, what our audience can take from here.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's back to that vision, right? Having a clear vision, and especially something you align with you, your partner, your family, and have that clear vision of where are we in 5 and 10 years, right? Start with that. Once we know that, then you kind of break it down and said, okay, what do I need to do to win, quote unquote, we're halfway through 2021, but at the beginning of the year, what do I need to do to win? I like to phrase it in that way because then you feel like you're actually moving towards something that's exciting. How do I win this year? Well, is that another 500 units? Is it X amount of income? Is it better relation? Whatever that is, you kind of, you plan it out. And then you break it down into kind of quarter by quarter and say, every quarter, what do I need to do? And then by month. But a lot of people, what they forget is they don't think about what they need to learn. They say the goal, I need to do X, perfect. What do you need to learn, right? If you're going to do your first syndication, what do you need to learn in order to do that? Or if you're going to be a kick-ass asset manager, what do you need to learn to do that, right? So schedule the training, the skills you need to develop at the same time as you're pursuing your goals. I think that's the key thing. Plan it out month by month, year by quarter by quarter.
So great. Wonderful. How can people reach you? Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So people can go to my email is Jens, JENS at opendoors with an S capital.com. And I love to get on, if somebody wants to, talk about coaching, they can go to opendoorscapital.com/call and they'll go to my Calendly page and they can schedule a call with me. So appreciate it.
And you don't say Jens, you say Jens.
Yeah, it's just more of a Y sound, but
is that right?
I came in a little late in the intro, so I didn't get a chance. But it's all good. I've heard it all.
See, we just assumed it was Jens.
That's what I thought. Yes.
That's like I had some Brazilian friends, and the R you pronounce with an H. So you would think like the name Ralph spelled Ralph, but you say Ralph. So very interesting. But I did know about Denmark. That was I've heard that many times, and I always wondered, and you seem like a pretty happy guy, so I guess that was.
The other thing that Denmark is known for is Lego. That came from Denmark.
Oh, really? Legos? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I grew up like an hour away from the original Legoland. So.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of supermodels from Denmark too.
Yeah, that's right.
Denmark.
I'm not one of them. So.
Oh no, Jens. Let's say thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you, Bo. It's been such a pleasure, guys. Look forward to it. See you next week. Actually, I'm heading out back to California from Texas and then going to Tennessee next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But Friday back again to California. Look forward to see you next week. And let's rock it. Let's make it happen. And the key thing is get clarity of goals. That's what we just found out. Jens is talking about how clear are you, and not pivotal too, like you had that mishap. And that just transforms your life. It gives you a leverage to really start doing what you want to do in life, right? What's the legacy? What's the purpose? And the more we really write it down, I'm big on writing it down in one page. not 5 pages, not 10 pages, but 1 page. What is so important we need to do for the rest of the year? Actually, I just did a posting Monday, I think, about the goals sheet that we use in our coaching also, and ask people to fill out and take a checkup, what has happened, the wins, like Yen said, what are your wins for half year, and what you want to get other wins for the rest of the year. So let's make it happen, and we'll see you next Friday. Bo, any last comments, buddy?
Take time to relax a little bit. I think
Totally.
we all need to relax too and unwind,
Yes.
and
Yes.
be ready for the next week. And before you know it, this year is going to be over. So be sure to start working on we're already in the halftime, right? We're already just past halftime of this year.
That's right.
Can you believe it? Before you know it, it'll be 2022. So
Yes.
take some action today.
That's right. Thank you so much. And here we go, outro. Thank you, Jens. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
buddy.
guys. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Have a good day.